Okay, welcome to our Confession Tuesday. It's 27 minutes past 2. We've eaten too deep into this time, and I don't like anything to tamper with this time because I know how important it is for us to have our confession. But we'll try and see how we can squeeze and manage the time and redeem it so that we can have enough time and room for people to make their confession. So welcome aboard. My name is Swat. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so Confession Tuesday. Okay, confession is a room, an opportunity for you who has something to say that you've been keeping to yourself. You just want to share it. You just want to let it off your chest. You want to take it out of your closet that you've been keeping locked, for the longest of time. So I want to give you the opportunity to call in and talk to us from family issues, work issues, personal stuff that you feel you just want to talk about. They could be serious, they could be lighthearted issues, anything whatsoever. Just feel free and make your confessions today. And I'll be here to give you a listening ear and others too who are listening. If there's a need to open up very quickly and take one or two calls so we can just address your issue. But normally on Thursdays, we like to bring back all the issues placed on the table today, so we can give it enough attention, especially with the help of our relationship expert and therapist, Dr. Oladipo. So I would advise that you just keep it on confession, except if I call for contributions and advice, then you can oblige me for that. Okay? I'll be grateful if you can just keep to that. So very quickly, if you have any confessions to make, please reach out to me on 0700 951 0000 and 08095974869, 08099930137. That's the WhatsApp. That's the last number is the WhatsApp. You can call that, record a short voice note and tell us what the issue is that you want to confess, or you can just simply type a message and I'll be glad to read from you. Streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info 95.1. Search for that on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to our channels, we'll be glad to have you subscribed and hit the notification button so that whenever we come, that will notify you, and you can always join our various programs from Morning Crossfire to the Sports Drive and What's Happening, Sunny Side, and Tonight with Summy, and all the other wide range of programs we have. Okay, so just join me. Drop your messages there in case you don't want to call or you don't want to send a message. Just send it on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page, and I'll be glad to hear from you. Okay, so it's confession time. Please send those messages, record those voice notes. If you have anything on your chest or in your heart you want to let out, it's not always very serious. If it is serious, fine. If it is not, if something you just want to share, feel free to do so. I'll be glad to hear from you. Like I said, I'm streaming live and I would love to see those messages drop in too, so I can always read them too. We have, let's say, 30 minutes to go. So I would urge you that if you have any confessions to make, please begin to call in now or just record your own audio, okay? Yeah, I see some messages have come in already. Okay, this is a message here. My husband of 9 years decides to divorce. My husband of 9 years decides to divorce and suddenly hasn't contacted me in any way. He said he wanted to be left alone, and I'm confused. And it came out of nowhere. What should I do? Okay, I'll take that message again. My husband of 9 years decides he wants to have a divorce suddenly, and he doesn't want to be contacted in any way. He said he wanted to be left alone. I'm confused, and it came out of nowhere. What should I do? Okay, that's one that is asking, what should she do? Husband of 9 years decides all of a sudden he wants a divorce, doesn't want to be contacted, wants to be left alone. She's confused and doesn't know what to do, and is asking, because I'm sure this can be very confusing, right? I mean, because how can you be with someone for 9 years and then the person just wakes up and says he doesn't want to do again and doesn't want to be contacted and closes out any form of conversation? I guess that's what's happening right now. So yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a pretty difficult one. You know, sometimes when people said they should be left alone, you should probably just give them that space. And maybe over time, they will come around. They will come around. I can't say what exactly. Have you guys been having any problems at home? You know, there have been domestic issues that has caused a lot of strain in the marriage that has not been sorted out one way or the other. Maybe that is what culminated. But I'm not saying or making excuses. It's only him who can explain that. But since he doesn't want to be communicated to, maybe you can reach out through family or friends, or, you know, family especially. Reach out to them and talk with them. And anyone who's able to connect with him or is able to get through to him, maybe he can get feedback. But I think on the overall, a time will come where this has to be talked about. You know, because if someone just leaves without saying as much of the reason why and said, I don't want to be contacted, then I know that the other person would be confused, thrown into confusion, because there isn't any closure. And that lack of closure is a big issue. It's a big, big issue. So yeah, who knows? Maybe if you give it time, he'll come around and you guys will get to talk about it. Even if you don't get back together, at least talking about it and understanding is really key when it comes to all these goodbyes in relationships. Okay, someone is here. Hello?
What?
Yes?
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Okay, my name is Femi. I'm calling from Idu.
Okay, confession,
Okay,
welcome.
So, yes. Okay, can I make a comment on what you just mentioned?
Guys, I said when I call for comments now. When I call for comments.
Okay, when you call for comments.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll call.
I just want us to stick with the confessions first, right? Please. Let's see. I think I have more messages that have come in. Let's see. This one said, okay, this is a voice note that has been sent in by someone. Let's listen to it.
Hello, good afternoon, Swat. How are you doing? My name is Today. I'm calling from Lokogoma. There is this development I want to bring to the notice of the FCT minister.
Okay.
If you have been to Lokogoma...
Okay, this is not FCT issues. We're doing confession. Confession Tuesdays, please. When we say confessions, let's do confessions. We're not talking FCT issues. We're done with that. And when the time is right, we would do so. So when I call for something, please, I would always want for us to just keep to what we're talking at that moment. Because when you try to divert, it becomes a problem and other people want to follow suit. And if you allow one and you don't allow the other person, it becomes a problem. So we are on confession strictly now. So let's stick with that and move. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello, yes. What? I want to take confess now where people don't go listen and you don't say my voice, everybody know. I want to do them now.
I don't know.
If I know, because I don't get the new picture, I think don't confess how I texted my wife the first time I texted them. But if I cannot be easy, my people will know me. Make I could do testimony of how listening to Nigeria is good, and particularly your program has actually helped my business. Is it not okay for me?
Oh, well, if you want to talk about that, fine. Let's hear you.
Yes, I really want to appreciate you. I want to thank you. Particularly the program you got about those people involved in animal husbandry, all these agricultural produce, and the way people run their business in farming. It has really helped me because I was dying in silence. Honestly speaking, when you think say your knowledge reach. Now, where your knowledge stop is where another person won't start. I thought I knew it all until those people came, and one regulation they made, for a very long time, I've been suffering mortality in my farm. And within a space of 2-3 years, I have lost over 4 million naira due to mortality. But when I got that revelation, I had to go down to Ibadan. And then somebody directed me to a particular hatchery. And next to the Igbo people there, plus the black people, and they told me, and then I now began to get products from them directly. I can confess to you now, since then, right inside my farm now, I have over 120 turkey, both local and foreign. They are all healthy, from brooding to market size. Sometimes not even one. Even a situation whereby some of them develop some kind of, still some form of illness that they are not found. One or two drugs they prescribe, because I will always reach them through phone line or email. They will send to me what I want to give, and I give within 24 hours. Bed. Once you give them the right dosage, within the next 1 hour or 2 hours, they are already up on their feet. And the thing has really, really helped me, and it has a sort of rejuvenated my business. Honestly speaking, I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful
All right.
to that program. God
Thank you.
Bless you.
God bless you too.
And I've also had a time to even, I do e-hailing business. Like 2 times now, I don't drop some girls. Abruptly I ended the trip. What was the reason for telling me to change the program I'm listening to music? It's not everybody. I have home theater, Sony for that matter, just one put in my house. So why am I making noise up and that? I hardly play them. I don't have them for having sake. So if I am in my car, I tune in radio to listen. Sometimes in the morning, even before you will come on board, I tune into a Wigo program and we talk politics, we talk some other things.
All right, Chris.
We wait for electricity to come and then yours. So why, if they tell me to turn it down, to off it and play music for them, if it goes too much, I will end the trip there.
All right.
Because it's a distraction. Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you so much. All right, I see messages on our social media platform. Ismail Hamed said, hello, Swat, good afternoon. Alewo Ali, thank you for the message. And Jenna Sunday said, good afternoon, Swat. Watching all the way from Netherlands. That's good. Janet Sunday, thank you so much. But you're calling me Swat Kim. Anyways, thank you. Thank you so much for reaching out. So we still have room for confession. Let's see, it's 2:40 already. Seems we don't have so much confessions today, but if you do, please record your voice note and send your messages, okay? Thank you so much. Let's see this one. Good afternoon, Swat. Happy birthday to you. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Sunday Oga from Maraba. Thank you so much. Okay. If we do not have confessions today, then just let me know so we can just enjoy music while we wrap things up, because our time is fast running and we need to have the confessions put out if you have anyone. Someone said a married man cannot just wake up and up one day without any reasons to say he just wants to be alone and wouldn't want to be contacted. Is there something the wife is doing wrongly that he can no longer endure? Well, she wouldn't know until he says it, right? And that's what we are trying to say, that some sort of communication needs to be released so people can know, okay, I cannot take this anymore. This is what you've been doing and I can't take it anymore. But when you wake up and say, I'm not doing, of course, there must be something wrong, but you're not communicating it. So it leaves a lot of confusion in the horizon. So that's what we're saying. Can you try and establish that? Or do you think you can give it some time so that at least you have some certain closure? Of course, it's not normal that you have a good relationship and then one day somebody just says, I'm not doing it again. It doesn't normally happen like that. So it's not something new that you're saying that people cannot just leave. But what the issue is the lack of communication and the confusion that comes out of something like that. All right. Is it okay for my sister-in-law to come in every Sunday to check up on our child, to visit our toddler son? She comes in early, and most of the time I'm tired, and she then criticizes my upbringing and gives orders to my husband, who is her brother. But according to him, he said that the baby needs his aunt. Okay. Interesting. Now, that's another one there coming in from someone, anonymous, who said her sister-in-law, she seems to have a problem with the sister-in-law coming in every other Sunday, comes in very early, and she is tired of the sister-in-law who comes in and keeps criticizing her, saying all sort of, throwing jibes. I know that sort of thing, right? You have your sister-in-law coming in and then throwing jibes at you and saying some hurtful things, and she says she's tired of it and has complained to her husband. The husband is saying that the baby needs his aunt in his life. Of course, he needs his aunt in his life. But then if she comes in and is trying to cause in some sort of wahala to the mother and is trying to tire her out, then what happens in an instance like that? Okay, so I think I'll just open up to two people to talk about this. I mean, what can possibly be done? Because she's saying she is really tired of this sister-in-law who keeps doing this. She comes in early and she meets them tired, and then she starts criticizing her in her own house and gives orders to her brother. She talks very rudely to her brother, giving him order. But the brother doesn't seem to see anything wrong, and he's saying that the wife, she just overlooked that because the baby or their child needs the aunt in his life. Okay, what can be done about that? Because she seems to be confused and is getting frustrated, and so he's asking, what should she do? Right? 0700 951 0000. Just two suggestions or two pieces of advice from anybody who feels and knows what this woman can do in order to, turn around this very situation of a sister-in-law that seems to be problematic to her. Okay, 0700 951 0000 and 080 9597 4869. Hello.
Hello, Auntie Swat.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
My name is Chimez. I'm calling from Gogoleden.
Okay.
I've said it on this station before. Are we together?
We're here. Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes, I've said it on this station before. When I got married, I am the only son of my father, and I have 6 ladies. So I summoned my sisters in the presence of my mom and warned them, you can slap me, I will forgive you. But you touch this very person that left the parents to my house, I will, to the last drop of my blood, I will deal with you. And that stands. Till today, 25 years, nobody among my sisters, even the one that senior her, have insulted her for once. So, if you are married, your family remains your family. If you have genuine reason, are we together?
Yes, we are.
Hello? Yes. If you have genuine reason to advise brother or your sister-in-law, you do it with respect and not to come and throw jabs. It's not acceptable. The union is one man, one woman. The 3 of you did not wait, and their brother did not wait you. If you care, just be honest and sincere and faithful enough to call them and table the motherly advice if you have one. If you don't have, please leave them alone. Let them face that trouble. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. In your own case, at least you were able to put that across your sisters and your family that, look, do not come into my home and talk to my wife anyhow, because if you do, you have me to contend. It's a crystal clear statement, and your siblings, I'm sure they respect you and know how serious you are willing to take that, and they don't want to risk losing their relationship with you. So they'd rather be on the good books of your wife than to risk coming in because they know confronting her will mean confronting you, right? Because you made it crystal clear. But there are instances where some people are just not forthcoming when it comes to their family. They feel they should not draw boundaries with their family members. So their family members can just waltz in, talk to their wives or their husbands anyhow, insult them, as in the case of this woman who's saying her sister comes in and starts criticizing her, saying nasty things to her. And then even on top of that, she's talking very rudely to her own brother too. And the woman is saying she's really getting tired of this idiosyncrasies of this, her sister-in-law, and is getting to the point where she might just be forced to take an action, but she doesn't know what to do. What do you think she should do? Okay, so it's one thing to read the riot act to your siblings and your family about your spouse. It's another thing to just allow them do as they want, and then you do not even show that it bothers you or it is wrong or that there should be boundaries, as in this case. But thank you, though, for that. I think it's very important. Like you said, marriage should be between husband and wife and not open to people who come in and want to start intruding, especially things that is not their business. Family have their place. They can come, spend time, as family and all of that. But when you begin to start speaking rudely, criticizing, saying some things, talking rudely to people in their own home, I mean, how does that all go? But let's hear another person on this one. And hello.
Yeah, the great Madam Swat.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Welcome.
Confession today. It happens like that sometimes. The last call I've said it all. Marriage is between couple. Nobody, no third party. No. As long as they don't marry, settle down, bam. No, nobody in my house. Nobody. No, my father cannot even come. And I start talking to my wife.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I said my father not even come to my house when he was alive and start talking to my wife anyhow. It's not possible now. Though my wife said she will behave herself. Oh, nobody they pass in own boundary. So everybody day as you day. In fact, my father live with us and my wife carry my father come from village till my father die. And she has been saying now that my mother should come, she should come and be living with us here and there. I said, no. Don't worry, leave that woman first. If not because my mother is taking care of her own mother, which is my grandmother, about 120 something years. The woman don't want that. I don't know what they wait for. If not, my mama for don't be here. But now my wife, they invite them, not be me. Anybody that woman invite, fine and good, and they don't have quarrel with each other. They are living very well. So in this case now, the woman should call her husband, talk to her husband. Look, I can't endure all this kind of thing again. Nobody should be coming here and be telling me anything. If not, they will scatter that home. And at the end of the day, the blame will be on the husband. So that is my take. This is Erabangoje. Thank you for the opportunity given to me.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for contributing to that. Okay. I haven't listened to that. Let me come back and see. Do we have messages? They had drawn the attention of the sister-in-law's husband to that too. He should checkmate his wife, Chimezie Nwafo. That doesn't sound to me like a married woman, because a woman who comes to her brother's house every other time, if she had her own family to take care of, will she have time on her hands to come and be visiting every other Sunday? She comes in very early in the morning. You leave your husband and start going to your brother's house and then staying all day and criticizing and insulting your... It doesn't sound to me like someone who is married. She has a whole lot of time. That's why she wants to, spend time with her nephew and just comes to their house all the time like that. Because if you had your own family, you had your own issues, you would have less time. Once in a while, you hook up with family, reunite with them, spend time, and then, go back to your life. So I don't think that sounds like a married person. But then maybe she should clarify if the sister-in-law is married. Takpa said they are missing the point, not what is happening in their home, but advise the woman what to do in this situation. Okay. Thank you, Takpa, for clearing that. Swat Wanyoma, this my elder Agban Bushen, a drama master. He says, woman, no one die. Yes. Okay, let's go back to our confession. We don't have so much time again. No more advice or whatever it is. Just tell me if you have your own confession. Okay, if you have any confession to make, you want to make that, please feel free, call 0700 951 0000 and 080 9597 4869. You can record a voice note on WhatsApp on 080 999 30137. Hello, good afternoon.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to anonymous. Anonymous, are you getting me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is my friend. He's a friend of mine, very close friend. He has an issue, he's in school, you understand, one of those better university in the East. So he has a classmate of his, they're in the same department. So, and this girl just love him very well, in school, and they're in the same department, they attend the same lecture and all that. So, because of asking the girl, because every morning, they want to go, they are living off camp. Every morning they want to go to lecture, they go together and all that. When they close, they come. They are not living inside her, but the same area outside the hostel, they are living off camp. So, but in the course of asking this guy, even this guy doesn't allow this guy to rest. The guy is living in a different room with the people they are, that roommates. The guy is living alone, self-con, But the guy keep disturbing the guy, even after school lecture, and anytime in school, people even thought that the guy is a husband, but the guy will always tell his classmate and friend that he's just a friend or classmate, but it's not intimate. So one day she tried to find out. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm listening.
So one day tried to find out from the girl to know whether she has any relationship with anybody. The girl says she has a relationship beside she's in a relationship with somebody, and the guy is a medical doctor. So yeah, and the guy normally, why ask the guy that question, that every weekend the guy doesn't allow the guy to come to his house, and to ask. But the guy now find out that the girl now told him that he has a relationship with a medical doctor, and the guy is planning to marry her, and even the guy is part of the people that is sponsoring her in school, apart from her parents. So, but the girl loves the guy, guy that is in school, that is his classmate. So the guy is worried, The guy said, you have somebody rich. Why?
Uh-oh. What happened? Okay, sorry about that. Interesting story there. A girl fully committed to somebody, but she's always on the case of another guy. So, I don't know. Could it be that she was forced into it? Is this some sort of, how they betroth you to someone, or your family wants you to marry somebody and you don't want to marry the person? Okay, we have a quick commercial. Let's take that, and then we're back.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
This is Nigeria Info.